Are you looking for an uplifting coloring activity for women? Well, join me for this fun and easy all pastel tutorial. Hi, I'm Nathalie, and I invite you to pause and paint. On my channel, you're going to find painting tutorials, pastel tutorials, but more importantly, I created this channel to support and uplift women through art. Whether you want to learn to paint with acrylics, with oils, or with pastels, my goal is to support you in expressing your creativity. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so now, because I want to invite you to pause, paint, and because creativity is within you, and I want to help you to bring it out. To join me in today's activity, you just have to go to the description below, and I give you a link to download and print this page right here. This is called Flourishing Strength. I can't wait to show you some easy and fun all pastel techniques and spend some time relaxing together. Let's get started. So the illustration we're doing today is called Flourishing Strength. I love her red dress and how the storm is just surrounding her, and she's just protecting herself with that umbrella. So you can download and print the illustration, and you have the link below. So I selected some colors today. I'm using the Portfolio Oil Pastels. You have, again, below in the description all the different colors I'm using. And please feel free to use whatever color you'd like. The first color I'm using is True Blue. I'm applying my pastels with little circular motions, and now I'm going to add it's the red violet to create the bright side. It's kind of the storm is brightening up on her left side here, and she's looking towards the bright side. I'm just applying freely, and I'm going back and forth with different colors. I'm using green now. So pause the video as often as you'd like to just take your time and look at what I'm doing. But again, use whatever colors you'd like. Enjoy the music and really have fun discovering the joy of working with these pastels. Once you start doing all pastels, then you'll probably want to do some painting workshops. So I have some painting tutorials. I'll leave some links for you in the description and at the end of my video. One thing I always do when I color is I always wait until all the colors are laid down before I start to do any blending. So I invite you to do the same thing. It's always kind of a surprise to see how everything's gonna turn out, and that's something I just do. But of course, if you're tempted to do a little bit of blending to see how things look, then it's totally up to you. On the journal side of the coloring book, there are 2 Bible verses. The first one is, "The godly will flourish like the palm trees and grow strong like the cedars of Lebanon." That's Psalm 92:12. Another one is, of course, "I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength." Philippians 4:13. These are great Bible verses. Feel free to write them in the back of your drawing. They're great reminders that God does give us strength. I created this image during the holidays about a year ago, and I remember kind of dressing the woman in red to show how strong and bold she can be. I gave her that big umbrella so that nothing could stop her from going out there and, you know, run her errands. You can see her shopping bag there with that colorful yellow and those flowers on it. I don't know which store she went to, but she sure needed to go. She went out in the storm. She wasn't afraid and knew she was going to be okay because God gave her strength. You can choose darker colors to do the sky behind her. The storm could be even darker. You can really play with oil pastels and have a lot of fun with layering the colors. Even once you blend, you can come back and add more colors. That's what I really love about these oil pastels is you don't have to necessarily be done once you apply all your colors and do your blending. You can have a lot of fun coming back and doing some more texturing. And as I'm going to show you, I'm using acrylic markers, and they work really, really great on top of oil pastels. I'm going lightly with my red violet right now. Now I'm getting the red to make that nice red dress. I just love adding the red pastel. You could decide to do the dress another color. That's your choice. This is going to be so fun to blend. It really becomes that very smooth effect, like airbrush. It's really neat. And as I was saying, I'm not going to do any blending until I'm done applying all the colors, but you can go ahead and, you know, try a little area if you want to see what it looks like. I like the waves that I did in her dress. It reminds me of a story of this little boy who was playing with his sailboat and on the river, and the wind picked up and his sailboat was going away. So the boy started to cry, and there was an older boy next to him and said, "Don't worry, I'm gonna get it back." And he grabbed a couple of rocks and threw rocks at the little boy's sailboat, and he was crying harder and just asking, "What are you doing? Why are you throwing rocks at my boat?" And the older boy said, "I'm not throwing rocks at your boat. I am actually throwing rocks past your boat, and the ripples are gonna bring it back to the shore. You'll see." And sure enough, it did. And then the moral of the story is sometimes you feel like God is throwing rocks and challenges in your path, but really it's to bring you closer to Him. So I'm using the darker blue to kind of darken the sky a little bit, and I'm going very lightly with little circular motions and continuing to layer the colors on top of each other. I'm using my darker colors. I used the slate gray, and now I have the dark blue, and I'm gonna come back with the black. You can do the umbrella all black too. It's really up to you how simplified you want to make your illustration. You could totally do like a solid blue or a solid purple. You can totally do this very simple. I like to layer colors. It's my thing, and that's why I like to show you how I do it. It's really a matter of playing with the pastels. You just can't go wrong. Especially when you start blending. I'm all about blending. I know I talk about it a lot, but it's just so much fun. I'm making her hair yellow. You can totally do it like a light brown or even orange. This is the moss green. Moss is a color I really like to add on top of everything, especially with the blues, and to blend those colors, and it just gives a really nice soft look to your drawing. And I'm starting blending because I applied all my colors, and I'm ready to do the blending with. For this illustration, I'm just using my fingers, just rubbing and making sure that everything is just melting under my finger. You could totally use a blending tool for this. I just really like to use my fingers. I've been doing these pastels for years, over 10 years. And yeah, I've just really always liked using my fingers. Some people use Q-tips, rubber gloves. Just experiment and see what you like best. Just make sure you hold your paper down so it doesn't crease. It's happened to me before, and it's really frustrating. I'm adding little lines, little swirl. Goes the lighter color, a little bit of white. A little sip of that delicious coffee my husband prepared for me and surprised me. He came downstairs with a cappuccino with a nice little cream. It was really good. So I was gonna do some texturing around the border, and then I changed my mind. So I'm just taking my dark blue. It's actually cerulean. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I decided to do the border all one color, and I really like how it turned out. I'm adding a little lighter blue to add some texture to it. And when I blend it, I'm going to cover the entire frame. I'm even adding a little bit of blue all over my drawing. And I'm blending really nicely. I love this look of coloring the entire page. Now you're gonna think I'm being really silly, but I just love doodling. And sometimes I doodle with ink and paper, and I see like something in my drawing, and it's an inspiration for me to create a silhouette or a woman from doodling. So for my journal page, I decided to be a little crazy and have fun with my pastels, just doodling with them, just like a kid. We just go crazy, just doing whatever. This is optional, obviously. You can do whatever you want. You can keep your page nice and white, but you'll see, I'm going somewhere with this. I'm adding blue, green. I did a little hearts, a nice pink, and then I'm using some orange. And of course, I'm just gonna kind of blend or just have fun making everything look smooth and softer. My hands are a mess, but that's okay. It's kind of cool how these pastels, even if your hands have a lot of pastels on them, it's so easy to just wash your hands, or they don't really make a mess on the paper. You just have to be careful if you use a darker color, but hey, art gets messy sometimes. Actually, all the time. I'm using 2 pastels now. I'm covering more ground. I'm just having fun, and really you could take your time and do something totally different. This is your page. This is a journal page, but this is optional again. The illustration is also not done. We're still gonna add some things. I'm gonna play with some acrylic markers. This looks like my 5-year-old niece just took over my journal. Let's do some little polka dots. I actually really like how it turned out. I like freedom of expression. It doesn't have to be all pretty and all perfect. That's not the point of doing art. I do art and I use colors to express myself, and I'm bold, and I love a little craziness with my brush strokes, and I do the same with pastels. Some of you right now who are very perfectionist might not like this right now. You might be going, this is a big mess, but that's okay. Art is individual, and it's for you to create your own journal page, your own illustration with your own colors. So now I'm gonna pick a black acrylic marker, and I'm gonna rewrite the Bible verse. I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. Okay, now with my white acrylic marker, I'm having fun doing polka dots. You could do raindrops, you could do little strokes, like more like raindrops. I decided to put her through a snowstorm. I'm doing a few swirls, just having fun with my acrylic marker. Little brush strokes. Well, pen strokes. I'm used to painting. And as I said before in another video, I use my old pastels the way I paint. So I'm happy with how this turned out. It looks like a little painting to me. So below I'll leave you some links of everything I used. If you want to get the pastels through Amazon, I'll give you the link. If you want to go to Michael's or another store, you can get them there. They have them at Jerry Artorama, I believe. Now with my gold, I'm doing more swirls. Decided to do more swirls for the hair. Again, this is optional. I'm kind of adding my personal touches there, but really the illustration is kind of done once you finish with the pastel, and whatever you add with your acrylic marker is totally up to you. I'm even gonna add some gold in the dress. My cat is next to me and she just did a big stretch. I don't know if you can hear. Sometimes she snores and she gets really loud. So yeah, I'm done with the gold marker. I'm gonna add, actually, I'm adding some raindrops in the background too. It gives a beautiful effect. The acrylic pen in gold or silver are so pretty on pastels. I'm definitely getting carried away with the marker. It's just, I just love when things are shimmering. Let me show you. Wow, see? It's so pretty. See how you can shine through a storm? I'm gonna put a little bit of glitter on my journal page. I just want to make things shine a little bit more. And I'm just gonna go around the Bible verse. I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. Let's make it shine, because it's so true. It's such a simple but powerful Bible verse. So I just did a little bit of application, just very loosely, and I blend it with my finger. You could leave it like that and it would take a little longer to dry, but it's really pretty too. I just like to kind of smear thing around and just adding the sparkles everywhere and dabbing a little bit. See? More shine. I really love those acrylic markers. They're from Craft Smart. I'm going to give you a link in the description below. You can totally get those if you want. I like how they last a long time. The Portfolio series, the 24th, to me, it's just the best. I've been using them for years and I recommend them. It's just so much fun. And I use the glitter, the Tulip brand. You can use whatever you have at home. I really like how this illustration turned out. I'm really happy with it, and I hope you had a lot of fun coloring with me today. Well, I'm adding a few swirls because I just get carried away with those markers. This is optional. Until my next video, take the time to pause, color, and paint, because creativity is within you. So if you enjoyed my video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. Question of the day: how do you express your creativity? Also connect with me on Twitter and Instagram at paintwithnat, N-A-T. Now to see more videos, click on the images above and And until my next video, stay creative. Love you all. Bye-bye.